Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Myself Neeraj Nachiketa, I am an author of Environment and Ecology, a dynamic approach book from GKP Access Publication House. Now this year 2022 UPSC Prelims exam where environment questions were asked, I will be discussing right now in this particular session. Those who have prepared in the examination, they will get an idea about the nature of the question and what could be the correct answer. You can refer this book, Environment Ecology, a dynamic approach, is a multicolored book from the GKP Publication House. And I have already given in terms of the book here about wetlands, Ramsar sites, then about species, then in terms of protected area network, then Wildlife Protection Act 1972, where the question was asked this year examination, Environment Protection Act 1986, right? I have covered a very broad range of topics. This book also has a separate unit on disaster management and also on EIA, Environmental Impacts Assessment, which are the topics for main examination, where the GS3 paper, the topics from environment conservation, natural resource, then from the part of the current affairs and from the part of the EIA, disaster management are asked there. Now you all know that environment topic has become so important that in UPSC civil service exam and other state PCS exams, continuously questions are asked, and it touches upon the area from ecosystem, food chain, food web, pyramid, biogeochemical cycle, in terms of ecological concepts, then biological diversity, then conventions, act, government initiatives, species, red data book of IUCN, then protected network, biogeography in terms of national park, sanctuary, biosphere reserve, then in terms of mapping based questions, then from the point of pollution, climate change, and then from the part of EIA and everything there. So this book is a very holistic book which cover with infographic, diagram, comprehensive with the previous year questions. So I'll be going through the answers of questions which have been asked this year exam. Let us go into it one by one. So first question in terms of discussion here, that is in terms of environment with agriculture, like rice field. What is question asked? Among the following crops, which one of the most important anthropogenic source of both methane and nitrous oxide, where both the methane gas and nitrous oxide are emitted? A, cotton, B, rice, C, sugarcane, D, wheat. So here the correct answer is B, rice, because rice cultivation, anaerobic condition releases the methane gas, and since the fertilizers and all are used, again with the soil and the water, nitrous oxide is emitted, and both are greenhouse gases. So here the correct answer will be rice. So moving on to the part of emissions from the paddy. Now this is a diagram which you can understand that anaerobic conditions, soil and water, because paddy is a water filled area, so there is emission of methane gas happens. At the same time, the nitrous oxide emission, because of the nitrogenous fertilizer which are used, are emitted from the rice cultivation paddy field. So there the answer is rice field. Moving on, another question from rice, right? Rice cultivation method, what called as a system of rice intensification. System of rice intensification, RI or SRI of cultivation, in which alternative wetting, wet and dry, wetting and drying of rice field is practiced. Result in what? Number one, reduced seed requirement. It reduced seed requirement. Second, reduced methane production, and third, reduced electricity consumption. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A, 1 and 2 only, B, 2 and 3 only, C, 1 and 3 only, D, 1, 2 and 3. Here the correct answer is D. Is a method of rice cultivation where in a given land less number of seeds are required. Even the requirement of water is also lowered. So when the water requirement will be low, anaerobic condition less, it will consume less electricity in the irrigation pattern. At the same time, less anaerobic condition, less emission of methane. So here all these are benefits of system of rice cultivation, rice intensification cultivation method. So answer is 1, 2, 3, right? So you can see here, this is where the method happens here. Plants are spaced wider apart, right, and in a square pattern, what you can see in the diagram here. Then only single seedlings instead of bundle or handful of seedlings are planted. Single seeds are planted. Seed requirement is less. Then seedlings are transplanted at much younger stage. Then again, intermittent water application, not direct too much of water use, intermittent water to create wet and dry soil condition, right? And instead of continuous flooding of the rice field, that is what is done. So anaerobic condition will be less, the methane emission will be less. Rotary weeding of controlled weeds and promote soil aeration. Again, that will minimize the emission from methane, and increased use of organic fertilizer, right, which maintain the nutrient balance. This is called system of rice intensification, SRI method. The answer will be all of this. Now coming to next question. Now this is a map based question. This is given in the book about biosphere reserves and the map based question here. Let's look at the question here. Peak and mountains, right? Biogeography. Namcha Barwa, Garhwal Himalaya. Namcha Barwa, Garhwal Himalaya is wrong. Garhwal Himalaya is in Uttarakhand. Namcha Barwa is a peak in Arunachal Pradesh, right? Then Nanda Devi, that is in part of Pithoragarh, Chamoli and Bageshwar in Uttarakhand. Kumaon Himalayan is correct. Kumaon, Garhwal, they come into that. Nokrek, which is the highest peak of Garo Hills in Meghalaya. Sikkim Himalaya, that is wrong. Is a part of Meghalaya, Meghalayan Plateau, Garo Hills. So here the correct pair is the one only. That is a two only. So which of the pairs above is correctly matched? 1 and 2, 2 only, 1 and 3, and 3 only. So answer is here B, 2 only. This is given in the textbook there, 2 only is answer. So let us look at the map here. This is a Namcha Barwa, part of Arunachal Pradesh. Right, is a part of Arunachal Pradesh there. This Namcha Barwa comes into this, right? There, this part comes into that, right? Then coming to this one, biosphere reserves in India. We have 18 biosphere reserves in India. Out of 18 biosphere reserves, right, you'll find Dihang Dibang. That is a part of the Namcha Barwa. Nokrek is here, Meghalaya. Right, that comes here. And Nanda Devi is here, Uttarakhand, Kumaon Hills. Now moving on, this is what you have, the part of the area of Nanda Devi, Valley of Flowers, National Park. Nokrek, that is in part of Garo Hills, West Garo Hills. That's what you have the map here. Then coming to this question, it is asked from the current affairs. Which one of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert? A. Lake Victoria, B. Lake Fagubin, Lake Oguta, Lake Volta. The answer is B, Lake Fagubin. Lake Fagubin. So you can see here, this is the lake which is dried up. It has almost become like a desert. Lake Fagubin in West Africa, right? Now moving on to the next question. Again the map base. It is given in the textbook. I have already given about Ramsar site and Ramsar site description. Right, it is mentioned in the book there. So if you look at the question here, wetland, lake and location. Hokera wetland, Punjab, that is wrong. There is Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir there. Then Renuka wetland, Himachal Pradesh, that is correct. Rudrasagar lake, Tripura is correct, Agartala. Sastam Kota lake, Tamil Nadu, that is wrong. That is the Kollam district of Kerala. So only 2 pairs are correct, Renuka and Rudrasagar. So how many pairs are given above are correctly matched? Only 1 pair, only 2 pair. The answer is B. Right, and I have given about Ramsar site, each Ramsar site description that is present in the book. Right, so the answer will be 2 and 3. If you look at here, this is Hokera wetland, Srinagar. Right, that's where it comes in Jammu and Kashmir. Then there is a Renuka wetland that is in Sirmaur district, Beas River, Himachal Pradesh. Then There is a Neer Mahal, Mughal architecture palace in the middle of the lake, Rudrasagar Lake, Agartala, Tripura. There is also Gumti Wildlife Sanctuary nearby. That's where it comes into that. Then coming to Sastampota Lake, Kallada River in Kerala, Kollam district is the Ramsar site of Kerala. All these are Ramsar sites of India, right? Now coming to the next one here. Next question, Climate Action Tracker. Climate Action Tracker, which monitors the emission reduction pledges of different countries. CAT, Climate Action Tracker, is a database created by coalition of scientific research organizations. That's the correct answer. Wing of International Panel on Climate Change, that is wrong. IPCC, Committee under UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change is wrong. Agency promoted and financed by United Nations Environment Program, World Bank is wrong. That is JEP, Global Environment Facility. So about the organization, about the convention, it is given in the textbook, right, which you can follow there. Here the correct answer is A. So Climate Action Tracker, they basically based on Paris Agreement, they monitor the commitment and the carbon emission reduction by the governments worldwide. Because in Paris Summit 2015 COP21, government decided to limit the temperature up to 1.5 degrees Celsius. So they track those kind of records there. Now another question here. If rainforest and tropical forest are the lungs of the earth, then surely wetlands are kidneys of the earth. Again, I have mentioned in the chapter of wetlands, mangroves and coral reef. In this book, there is a chapter of wetlands, coral reefs and mangroves. There about the same thing has been, I have mentioned the kidneys of the earth. Wetlands are called kidneys of the earth. So here it says which of the following functions of wetlands best describe the statement. See, there are a lot of functions of wetlands. It maintains the water cycle, hydrological cycle, is correct. But the question is that why it is called kidneys of the earth. So A, the water cycle wetland involves surface runoff, subsoil. That is right, the function. But this does not explain kidneys of the earth. Kidney of the human body filter the waste material. Right. So you have to look into from kidneys kind of function of the wetland. Now algae from the nutrient base which gives the food for fish participation and support the biodiversity, that is again function of the wetland. But we have to see from the part of the kidneys of the earth point of view, right? So again this is wrong. Wetlands play a vital role in maintaining sedimentation, balance and stabilization. That is also correct as a kind of a function there. But answer will be D here. Aquatic plants absorb heavy metals and excess nutrients. The floating vegetation, marshy land, swampy land, these are called wetlands. So they absorb the nutrient and remove those nutrient and pollutant. That is the correct answer is D. I have given the book about a very important wetland called East Kolkata wetland, which municipal sewage is treated in that wetland. Is the Ramsar site of West Bengal. I have also mentioned in the book about mangroves. The roots of mangroves are able to filter salt and other kind of pollutant. The correct answer is D. Right, D is the correct answer. So wetland is called nature's kidney and Ramsar convention recognized that is based on the plants and vegetation which filter the waste material. Now coming to another question here. The climate group is an international non-profit organization, non-government organization, which drive climate action by building large network around them. That is correct. The International Energy Agency, IEA, right, in partnership with the climate group, launched the global initiative EP100. That is wrong. Now third statement, EP100, energy productivity, that is EP stands for, brings together leading companies committed to driving innovation in energy efficiency, increasing competitiveness while delivering on emission reduction goal. That is right. It's basically global network of companies to have energy efficiency, innovation, that comes in. Now some Indian companies are members of EP100. That's correct. One example is Mahindra. Mahindra and Mahindra company, that is a part of this network, EP100. The International Energy Agency is the secretariat of under two coalition. Under two coalition means where to keep the temperature of Earth's surface below 2 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. That's what the ultimate aim of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Recently, you know that November 2021, Glasgow Summit was there, COP26. And the government is trying to limit up to 1.5. There, the companies will support the government in meeting that kind of pledge of cutting down carbon emission. So IEA, International Energy Agency, is not secretariat, doesn't look into the under 2 coalition. That is wrong. So here the answer is 1, 3 and 4. A, 1, 2 and 4, that's wrong. B, 1, 3 and 4, that is correct. Right, C is wrong, 2, 3, 4, and D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is wrong. The correct answer is 1, 3 and 4. Now moving on, this is the climate group, renewable energy and all they promote, right? And here you'll find all this they are working to EV100, electric vehicles, energy efficiency and all these other. So there are a group of companies worldwide and they have this program there. Deloitte has also joined this program, RE100, EV100, EP100, right? And the secretariat of under 2 coalition, the secretariat is this one, World Green Building Council. World Green Building Council, that is the secretariat of under 2 coalition. Factual question, right? So the answer will be there, B, 1, 3 and 4. Now moving on. Now WHO air quality guideline. In the book I have mentioned about air quality index and AQI and again the WHO guideline and all. Now the new guidelines of WHO, PM10, PM2.5, right, ozone, carbon monoxide, the new guideline which came last year, right, based on that, UPSC asked the question in the prelims exam. Now if you look at the question here, statement number 1, 24-hour mean of PM2.5 should not exceed 15 microgram per cubic meter and the annual mean of PM2.5 should not exceed 5 microgram per cubic meter. Now that is the specified by WHO guideline, that's correct. Now in a year, highest level of ozone pollution occurred during the period of inclement weather. What is inclement weather? Is a wet and cold weather condition, that is called inclement weather condition. Ozone is not formed there, that is wrong. I have given the textbook that there are 2 types of smog. One is the winter smog where smoke mixed with fog and form the smog like Delhi smog, London smog. And second is called summer smog, photochemical smog, which forms in the sunlight. And photochemical smog, nitrogen dioxide gas, which is brown colored air pollutant gas, that react with oxygen present in the air, and in the presence of sunlight, it forms nitric oxide plus ground level ozone, O3. Now the ozone formed in ground level, lower atmosphere, is a hazardous air pollutant which cause asthma, damage the lungs. So this here O3, plus sunlight, NO2 is responsible for it, and that happens in dry conditions, summer condition, not in the wet and cold weather, not in inclement weather. Dry conditions, summer, sunlight, where NO2 is present, there the oxygen react to form the ground level ozone, which is air pollutant. Inclement weather, that is wrong. Now third, PM10, particulate matter of diameter 10 micrometer, can penetrate the lung barrier and penetrate the blood stream. That is wrong. PM10 particle, 10 micrometer, can deposit in lungs, can cause bronchitis and lung disorder, breathing discomfort. But PM2.5, PM1.5, PM1 or smaller than that, which are very ultra fine particles, can enter the bloodstream to the capillary from the alveoli. Alveoli of the lungs can enter the capillary, blood capillary. Not PM10, PM2.5 and less than that. So this statement is also wrong. Now excessive ozone in the air can trigger asthma. That's correct. I have given the health impact of air pollutant in the book. This is correct. It's based on concept part, right? Only one fact comes here. So if you look at the option here, which is correct, A 1, 3, 4, B 1 and 4, C 2, 3 and 4, and D 1 and 2 only. So here the answer will be 1 and 4. B as an answer. 1 and 4 only. Right? Now this is the guidelines. WHO new air quality guidelines. So what the first question is there? First statement question, annual mean 5 and 24 hour mean 215. Earlier 2005 level, right, old guideline had this kind of parameters. This is old. But the new guidelines given this one. And this is given as statement number 1 of the question there, right? And these are sources, industry, power plant, dust, agriculture practices, transport, waste management. All these are causes of leading air pollution. I mentioned in the book in the chapter of pollution there. Right. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to Guchhi. Now Guchhi was in the news. Sometimes seen in the news. Consider following statement. It is a fungus. That's correct. It is a very costly mushroom, right, of the world. Now it grows in some Himalayan forest area. That is correct. Now it is commercially cultivated in the Himalayan foothills of the northeast India. That's wrong. In Jammu and Kashmir. Now it has been also given GI tag, geographical indication tag there. Not in northeast India. This is wrong. So if you look at the option given, which of the statement given above is are correct? A 1 only, B 3 only, C 1 and 2, and D 2 and 3. So the answer will be here 1 and 2. C as an answer. Right? 1 and 2 as an answer there. So this is how the looks like. This is the Guchhi. It is very highly nutritious. 1 kilogram is sold around 10,000, 20,000 rupees. And now the GI tag is given to the Jammu and Kashmir, and is very nutritious kind of a mushroom there. Guchhi there. Now coming to this one, next part. Which of the above are nitrogen fixing plants? Nitrogen fixation. I have given the book nitrogen cycle, that all the biogeochemical cycle. So there you know that bacteria, symbiotic bacteria, right, which is found in the root nodules. Right, of a leguminous variety. That is able to fix the nitrogen from atmosphere, and then plant get the nitrogen there. The rhizobium, there is one bacteria, symbiotic bacteria called rhizobium, found in the leguminous varieties there. Nitrogen fixing bacteria. So alpha is correct. Amaranth is wrong. That is a red kind of they use as a kind of for fibrous leafy vegetable for the part of the vitamins and all, but amaranth doesn't contain the bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria. Chickpea is right. Pulses, that's correct. Clover is also correct. Purslane is highly nutritious food called kulfa, right, which is grown there, is a nutritious food. Provide antioxidant, vitamins and all, but is not doesn't have nitrogen fixing bacteria there. Spinac again doesn't have. Spinac, amaranth, they provide the roughage in terms of bowel movement and digestion part. The correct answer is 1, 3 and 4. Select the correct answer using the code given. So the answer will be A, 1, 3 and 4. B, 1, 3, 5, 6 are wrong. C, 2, 4, 5, 6 are wrong. 1, 2, 3 and D, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 are wrong. The correct answer is 1, 3, 4. A as an answer. So you can see here, this is the root nodule where the bacteria is found, alpha, right? Then you can see here, this is the where amaranth we use as a roughage in the part of vegetable there. Then coming to chickpea. Now this is leguminous variety. It contains rhizobium bacteria there. Then coming to here, this one, clover. Again is used there. You find the root nodule contain the bacteria there, right? So it is leguminous type of thing. Purslane or kulfa is a nutrition food, less calorie, low sodium, cholesterol free, fat free, source of vitamin C and vitamin A. That is the kulfa, purslane there, right? It contains omega-3 acid there. and the spinac, as the roughage. So there the answer is 1, 3, and 4. Now moving on, this one. With reference to polyethylene terephthalate PET bottle, which we use water bottle, PET and all this, right? Which is so widespread in our daily lives, consider the following statement. Its fibers can be blended with wool and reinforced and coated fiber. There's thermal plastics which can be done there. Even for road making also they are used. Containers made of it can be stored any alcoholic beverage. That's wrong. Now bottles made of it can be recycled into other product. Correct. That's possible. Articles made of it can be easily disposed by incineration. We can burn it without causing, see here, without causing greenhouse gas emission. That is wrong. When we burn it, incinerate, it will cause greenhouse gas emission. Now this is wrong. Without what is wrong, it will result into emissions. So here the answer is 1 and 2, 3. Which of the statement given above are correct? The answer will be A, 1 and 3. Right, B is 2 and 4, C is 1 and 4, D is 2 and 3. The answer will be here 1 and 3. Right? I have given in the textbook there. So this is where it can reinforce and can make polyester fiber and all from the PET bottle. And the different type of plastics we are using. Now the government worldwide are looking to come out with conventions to control and regulate plastics. Even the government of India trying to provide the mechanism to have ban single-use plastic, right? So you'll find all these waste management rules, plastic waste management rule, biomedical waste management rule, all this in the chapter pollution has been given in the textbook. Now the different type of plastics are the PET bottle, water bottle, jar comes, HDPE, high density polyethylene, again the shampoo bottles and all comes. PVC we use the pipes and all, cleaning product. Then LDPE, low density polyethylene, bread bag, plastic films. Polypropylene, that's yogurt cup and straw and hangers are made of. Polystyrene, that is take away hard, like tiffin and all box that comes there. Other use of plastic can be CD, compact disc and all this. So plastic has become pervasive everywhere. So that's where the question was asked in the exam. Now coming to species part of it, certain species. Very simple direct question. Which of the following is not a bird? Golden messel is not a bird. Golden messel is a fish. So answer will be A. Indian nightjar is a bird. Spoon-billed sandpiper is a bird. White ibis is a bird. And you'll find all these names, spoon-billed sandpiper and all this ibis, I've given in the textbook there. The good thing about this book is that it's multicolored with photographs. I've given about the biodiversity part very extensively in this textbook there. All those which comes in the news, threatened varieties and all are given there. So here you'll find golden messel is not a bird. Question is not a bird. So it is like this one. Kaveri river and all you find is an endangered fish variety, golden messel. Then you can see here this. There's a nightjar, Indian nightjar. The bird is there. There is spoon-billed sandpiper. You'll find Kelodev and all this kind of sandpiper, which has a beak like this one, right? So that comes in. Ibis is this one. You are very sharp kind of this one, white ibis, right? They all are wetland ibis, spoon-billed sandpiper. You'll find on the wetlands there, right? So that's what comes here. So the answer is golden messel, which is not a bird, is a fish variety there. Moving on to the next question. Now, bio-rock technology. Bio-rock technology is talked about in which one of the following situations? Scientists from JSI, Geological Survey of India, use this technology to revive dead corals, coral reefs, coral, which are marine animals. They form the colony where the coral reef is there. Now, dead coral of 10,000 years old were revived by using bio-rock technology. Now, coral reef, I have given in the book chapter on coral reefs. And I have mentioned about every aspect of coral reef, geographical, biological, ecological. So here this technology part, the answer will be A. restoration of damaged coral reefs. Right? Development of building material using plant residue in the identification of areas for explosive extraction of shell gas will not be there. Providing salt licks for wild animals in forest protected areas are not there. So here the correct answer is the restoration of damaged coral reefs. So you can see here this one. They are basically made of a cage-like structure, and all these are coral. What you can see, these are the corals are there, and passes electric current, which basically with the bottom of the sea and wherever the coral is there, the shallow water with the continental shelf, it creates the kind of a discharge or electric current which calcium ion and the carbonate ion dissolved in the sea water react to form calcium carbonate, which the coral require for their growth. You know that corals release calcium carbonate, limestone. So now this calcium carbonate is formed because of this electric current passing through this cage-like structure, which carbonate ion from the sea water and calcium react to form CaCO3, calcium carbonate, limestone, and that forms that which give into the coral, and coral is able to multiply and grow there. This is what the technology is all about. Biorock technology there. This is a scientific technology which has been developed. So here this cage is used, right? And here the corals are kept on this cage, and it gives the electric current from the floating solar panel, which floating on the surface of the sea and ocean, and then it small electric current is there through electrode, and that form the calcium that provide the calcium carbonate, calcium ion carbonate ions, and this where the coral can grow. It can grow fast. This is called as the biorock technology. So direct question, A is the answer. Now here Miyawaki method. It was in the Vadodara in Gujarat and in Hyderabad in Telangana. Mini urban forests have been developed using this Japanese technology called Miyawaki technology or Miyawaki method. A, promotion of commercial farming, arid semi-arid area, wrong. Development of garden using genetically modified GM plants, flora, wrong. Creation of mini forest in urban area, correct. And harvesting wind energy on coastal area and sea surface, wrong. It was given by Akira Miyawaki. Generally, for a forest to grow, it takes more than 100 years, sometimes 300 years. But here, using Miyawaki technique, 25 to 30 years, the forest can be grown. In a small area, the bunch of the trees are grown together, close together, and the tree help each other to grow fast. And 25 to 30 years, the trees can grow and mini forest can be created. That is what the Miyawaki process comes. Like this one. Forest in Vadodara. Miyawaki forest in Vadodara. This is all Akira Miyawaki who invented this method there. Right? Here in the nursery, very close apart the saplings are planted there. And the plant, tree, sapling help each other getting nutrient and grow very, very fast. And less time period, the trees will grow. This is called Miyawaki technique. Now coming to the next one. Now this is from the current affairs. India Sanitation Pollution is a platform to promote sustainable sanitation, cleanliness, funded by Government of India and World Health Organization. That is wrong. Now this is the coalition which is by FICCI, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce, right? That is FICCI. Is the companies they have taken the initiative, not from the Government of India. Now National Institute of Urban Affairs is the apex body of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in Government of India and provide innovative solution to address challenges of urban area. That is correct. So here A, 1 only, B, 2 only. That is the correct answer. Here correct answer is second. C, both 1 and 2, D, neither 1 nor 2. Two-student question here, answer is 2 only. Right? So here this is a sanitation award. All given FICCI is involved with this. And then this is by Government of India, National Institute of Urban Affairs. Now coming to this one, a direct question about authority. Section 3 of the Environment Protection Act 1986. Groundwater part of it. The question is there. Which one of the following has been constituted under the Environment Protection Act 1986, which is the umbrella law of the country? Central Water Commission, that's wrong. Central Groundwater Board, wrong. Answer is this one. Central Groundwater Authority. National Water Development Agency, wrong. A direct question. Here the answer is C. Central Groundwater Authority. Such statutory body formed under the Environment Protection Act. The answer is C here. So that looks into groundwater, provide the NOC, monitor the groundwater situation. Now, you know that now groundwater table is falling down, right? More consumption, more over exploitation. So it looks into every aspect on that. CGWA, Central Groundwater Authority. Now coming to this one, Polar Code. Statement based described Polar Code. It is linked with the shipping industry, International Maritime Organization, and safety of ships which go through the polar water, that is the Arctic Ocean and Antarctica. So here the correct answer is A. It is the International Code of Safety for ships operating in polar water. Rest of them are wrong. Agreement of the country around North Pole regarding demarcation of their boundaries, that is a UNCLOS comes. This is again wrong. Set of norms followed by country scientists to take research or studies in North Pole, South Pole. This is also wrong. It is a trade and security agreement of Arctic Council, wrong. The answer is here, this International Code of Safety of ships operating in polar water. It looks into design, construction, every aspect of that. And then it has all the set of standards and codes and guidelines of the ships which go through the polar water. Safety part of it, that comes in. That's a polar code. Now going to the next question, greenwashing. Which is the following best describes greenwashing? Sometimes companies, they use such kind of a label or name to attract the consumer to buy on the ground of eco-friendly, environment friendly, although they may not be environment friendly. That is called greenwashing, misleading consumers. The answer is A, conveying a false impression that a company's products are eco-friendly and environmentally sound. That is called greenwashing. This is wrong. Non-inclusion ecological environmental cost, ignoring the disaster ecological consequence while undertaking infrastructure development, making mandatory provision for environmental cost in government. That is wrong. So here the correct answer is A. The product marketing and all, they advertise with this kind of a misleading ad saying that their products are environment friendly, but exactly it may not be there. That is called greenwashing, right? Now moving on to the next question. UNCLOS, United Nations Convention on Law of the Seas. Now 3 statement has been given here. That is the UNCLOS here. United Nations Convention on Law of Seas. That what is given here is that first is territorial water. A coastal state or country has the right to establish the breadth of its territorial sea up to a limit not exceeding 12 nautical miles, measured from the baseline determined in the accordance with the convention. That is correct. It's called territorial water. Number 2, ships of all states, whether coastal or landlocked, enjoy the right of innocent passage. Innocent passage through the territorial sea. This is also correct. Innocent passage, not affecting the security of the country, national security. Now, exclusive economic zone, EEZ, shall not extend beyond 200 nautical miles from the baseline from which the breadth of the territorial sea is measured. It's correct. 200 nautical miles, less than 200 nautical miles is a EEZ. So here this third is also correct. So here given the option here, that is here, what is given here, A 1 and 2 only, that is wrong. B 2 and 3 only, wrong. C 1 and 3 only, wrong. D 1, 2, 3 are correct. D as an answer. That D as an answer here. So if you see here, there is a territorial water. There is a baseline, 12 nautical miles. And from the baseline up to 200 nautical miles, exclusive economic zone, E is that. And after 200 nautical miles, it's called high sea or open sea. Country's sovereignty exists here. Then from baseline up to this one, 24 miles is a contiguous zone, right? So here, UNCLOS, this is how the demarcation is carried out, right? This is how you'll find demarcation carried out. So there the answer is 1, 2, 3, all of them. Now look at this question. Wildlife Protection Act. Indian laws about wildlife protection consider the following statements. Wild animals are the sole property of the government. That is correct. Under Wildlife Protection Act, Section 39 and Section 11 says that it is the government property, wild animals. Nobody can capture it, nobody can kill it without the government permission. Now, second here, when a wild animal is declared protected, such animal is entitled for equal protection whether it is found inside protected areas or outside. That is also correct. Now here, third, apprehension of a protected wild animal. Apprehension of protected wild animals becoming a danger to human life. Becoming danger to human life is sufficient ground for its capture or killing. That is wrong. For capture or killing of any animal, even the vermin, one requires the permission of the government. There is a post of Chief Wildlife Warden which permit for killing any such wild animals. Yes, the law says that if anybody is attacked, since self-defense, if it kill the animal, then that is not an offense. But when the animal attack the human or group of human, mere fear or apprehension and killing that animal, that law doesn't allow. In that situation, one requires permission of Chief Wildlife Warden. I have given in the textbook there. So the answer is here. Which of the statement given above is correct? A, 1 and 2 only, wrong. 2 only, wrong. 1 and 3, wrong. The answer here, D, that is the 3 only, right. So here the 3 only is also wrong. The correct answer is 1 and 2. Correct answer is A, 1 and 2. So section 11, here the provision comes into that, right? And section 39, chapter 5, that is given here. Wild animals other than vermin, hunted and allowed in that. And section 11, if you look at Chief Wildlife Warden, satisfied there, then only the killing can be there, right? So answer is 1 and 2 only, right? And is a government property there. Anything comes into that. Now coming to this one, acid rain. Consider the following statement: carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, ozone, sulfur dioxide. Question is, excess of which of this above in environment cause acid rain? So acid rain is caused by oxide of nitrogen, sulfur oxide. Oxide of nitrogen when react with rainwater, nitrous acid, nitric acid, sulfur dioxide react with rainwater, sulfuric acid, it forms the acid rain. So given the option here, 1, 2, 3 is wrong, 2 and 4 are correct. 2 and 4, nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide, right? C, 4 only is wrong, D, 1, 3, 4 are wrong. It's a very direct, straightforward question. So oxide of nitrogen and sulfur dioxide. And I have given in the textbook, acid rain, impact of acid rain, all these are given in the book there. Right, with a simple question asked in the exam, the answer will be here A, B, 2 and 4 only. Oxide, nitrogen and sulfur dioxide. Right, this forms the acid rain impact there. So what I've done here, I tried to go through all such questions which have been asked this year exam so that you get the correct answer. At the same time, I have been updating all the content in the book, and it's all there in the book. So those who can go through the textbook and you'll find a lot of useful material. I have given variety of information, and continuously in the UPSC exam questions are coming from this book. It's a multicolored book, and with all the data, facts, infographic, photograph, comprehensively written, and a lot of things are based previous year questions, and biodiversity, climate change, pollution, all the dynamic areas, ecological aspect, I have given the textbook there. And over the last previous years, questions in the pre-exam and the mains exam being asked, and even not only UPSC civil service exam, but also the state civil service exam or other competitive exams. Environment question you'll come from you'll find given based on the topics given in the textbook. This book also has got glossary, which you can refer to get the definition of certain words, and even that are also part of the question. So I hope this exercise, this particular session, which I have gone through and discussed right now, help you with it, and I hope that you will get hold of this book and go through the chapters there. Whatever doubts you have, whatever areas you find you require any kind of support, guidance, your queries, you all are welcome to write to the GKP Access Publishing House. That we all are there to help you out in this context, and I hope that you all, those who have appeared in the exam, clear the exam and write the main exam, and those who are preparing in the examination for the next year or coming 2-3 years, just keep on working on hard on that, because environment ecology has become very important segment of the exam. More than 20 questions are being asked in the UPSC Prelims exam. You cannot neglect them, right? So this book can be a help to those all students who are appearing in the exams and going to write the exam in the coming months and years. So I hope with this, and I thank GKP Publication House, like GKP Access, with the entire team of GKP Access, who has provided this platform to go through the environment questions of UPSC exam. And I'm looking forward to more interaction with people who are interested to interact. And please feel free to contact GKP Access regarding the textbook there. So I wish you all the best. Do well and study well and be successful. Right? Thank you everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.